Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the My Football Writer YouTube channel. I'm Freddie Humphrey Wakefield, and this evening I am joined by Jack Wright for the debut MFW Watchalong. Norwich City tonight take on Preston North End at Carrow Road. They played them at Deepdale in midweek a few months ago. They got a 2-2 draw. But before we go into the lineup and a bit more news about tonight, Jack, what a pleasure to be with you tonight. And for the very first MFW watch along, let's hope it's a good one.
And it's live. I think it's live. We've pressed all the buttons. Apparently, some people are watching. All six of you. Big up to all of the early listeners. We've got new banners.
Yeah, just to make sure we are live, I had to get the live things up just in case.
There we
But
go.
no, we are live. No, and thank you to anyone who's here. Hopefully there'll be a few more of you as we approach kickoff, about 14 minutes from it at Carrow Road. But we'll just dive into a bit of stuff before kickoff. First things first, we'll go into the lineup if anyone hasn't seen it. So here it is. Bang. That is Norwich City starting 11 tonight. Let's just move either side. Angus Gunn is in goal. Kellen Fisher, Lucian Mahovo play as fullbacks. Shane Duffy, Callum Doyle start at centre-half. Kenny McLean was set to start, but we believe he has been injured in the warm-up, and Jacob Wright, on loan from Manchester City, will get his first Norwich City start in defensive midfield. Anis Slimane and Oscar Svartau are two changes in midfield as Nunez and Marcondes are dropped. Dobbin, Sainz, Sargent, the front three. Sainz back. He has served his suspension. He comes in for Antti Sienats. On the bench, George Long, Jack Stacey, Ben Cresceni, Ruari McConville, Jose Cordoba was meant to be right, but as we've discussed, he's going to start. Marcelino Nunez, Mate Jurasek, still yet to make his Norwich debut, and Ante Sienats. Jack, looking at that lineup in front of us and the bench, gorgeous. And that bench, even though Wright technically won't be on it and he'll replace Kenny, that is still such a strong bench. I think that's the strongest bench Norwich have had all season.
I reckon so, yeah. I mean, got a feel for the likes of Elliot Miles and, I was going to say Ken Abbo, but he's not here anymore. But yeah, no more academy players filling the bench. But yeah, I mean, that kind of starting lineup, again, it's probably on paper one of the strongest that we had. I mean, I looked through the injury list that we had before the match. At the moment, it's just Amankwa, Forsyth, and Hernandez. I'm possibly missing someone. I can't remember.
Well, Marcondes.
Marcondes and now Kenny. Actually, now that you think about it, that injury list is quite long. But when I looked at it, didn't look that long. So obviously we're coming into part of the season. We're, getting ready to potentially sneak into the playoffs. I'm not saying anything. I'm not cursing anything, but we're in good nick. All I will say about that lineup is that I would have really liked Jurasek to start. I said in the podcast yesterday, if you haven't watched yesterday's podcast, watch it after this. Stay here, watch this. So I said in the podcast yesterday that I would have loved to have seen a front three of Jurasek, Sargent, Sainz. But I think, we've just got to wait. But we paid good money for Jurasek, so it's not like he's going to sit on the bench forever. So we'll just have to wait. Maybe that's the front three that we're going to see on about the 60th minute when we're trying to grind out, some chances. But obviously no Kenny. We know what our record is like without Kenny. This might be completely false, and he all of a sudden goes into the dressing room, finds a few plasters and some paracetamol, and he's absolutely fine. If you told me that he eats granite for breakfast, I would probably believe you. We'll wait and see. But righty boy getting his first start. Come on, boy. No relation, as mentioned. Absolutely no relation. But I wish him all the best as the J Wrights need to stay together.
No, I completely agree. But first things first, before the game kicks off, 10 minutes till kickoff at Carrow Road. Let's have a few of your score predictions in the comments down below. Anyone who is watching us live, we've already got one here from Ali Clark. He reckons 2-1 to Norwich tonight. Sargent and Saints will score. But before we even dive into that and our own predictions and anyone else's, who, as I will say, as we always do live streams, feel more than happy to leave any comments, any thoughts. We'll bring them in here. Ali Clark's given us another one here. Not sure Saints will change his ways. What do you guys think? And that's in relation to Saints has just served a 6-game suspension for spitting at an opponent against Sunderland, and now he's back in the starting 11. Ali reckons Saints won't change those ways. What do we think? Jack, I'll let you say it first. But just before that, Elliot, Norwich City fan, he says 3-0 Norwich. Everyone full of optimism in the comments. I love that. But Jack, score prediction and your thoughts on this comment here from Ali.
I'll start with a comment from Ali. I really hope he does change his ways and doesn't spit on anyone tonight. That'd be great. I think when you mean his ways, if you mean being the top goal scorer in the championship by a country mile, and generally being our best player and being a mercurial talent that's worth multiple millions, no, just stay the same, Borja. If not, be a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, obviously, the temperament side of it is one that's cost him, and obviously cost him, what was it, 6 matches this season. Yeah, it's part and parcel of his game. It's part and parcel of his personality. He will have had lots of time to think about what he's done. And I think, generally, I think the words from Thorup after the Derby game are probably be more mindful in the box, in both boxes, whether it's, being clinical on one side and not, conceding silly errors in the other. My prediction, having looked at Preston and kind of their sort of season so far, they've struck me as a very defensive side. I think they've got 10 clean sheets so far, which is double the amount that Norwich have got. I think in terms of scoring, they've averaged, I think I looked at the stats, it was 1.1 goals per game and conceded 1.6 goals per game. So they sit 15th in the league, in and around kind of Swansea and Oxford, not being bolshy, but those are the size of teams and kind of position of teams that we should be comfortably beating if we're going to sneak into those playoff positions. So I think it won't be a Plymouth or a Luton. I think it'll be more like a Derby. It'll be a tough one where we'll need to grind down a bit. Some very, very bold predictions here, including one from Roger there, 3-1. We haven't had any pessimism at all, which is great.
Well, this is a bit pessimistic. We have touched on this just as we started, as said here by our friend Blanket and Bricks. Kenny McLean has been now withdrawn from the side, and we'll see Jacob Wright on loan from Manchester City get his first start. Right, no, that isn't Jack Wright. If you're just reading Wright, he's sat here with me. So no, he's not.
Hang on, I'm getting a call. Hi, Johannes. What now? Well, I haven't even got my boots on. All right. The helicopter's outside. Okay, all right. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So that's.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's the only bit of pessimism. Kenny McLean has been withdrawn. Jacob Wright will start, but a great chance for him to showcase his talents and abilities straight away in the championship. As for my score prediction, we will go through just some of our comments again. Roger goes 3-1 to Norwich. Elliot goes 3-0 to Norwich. Ali Clark goes 2-1 to Norwich. So what do I think? It'll be tough because these games are always midweek championship matches. You can always say for the opposition, long way to go to Norwich Tuesday night. Hell of a journey to that bit of the country that sticks out. But it's an interesting one for me. I think I don't really know. These sort of games are really hard to predict. So, I mean, Norwich's home form, as we all know, fantastic. They've only lost at home twice this season, and they usually beat the teams below them when they play them at home, and Preston are exactly one of them. Norwich are 2 points off the playoffs with, I think they've played a game extra or they would have played a game extra than a few in the race after tonight. So got to take advantage of it, really. So I think everything sort of falls into their favour. I think it'll be very scrappy, though. I think I'll agree with my mate Ali here. I'll go 2-1 to Norwich, and he expects a low block. I expect the same. Anyone who wants to come to Carrow Road and get a result, just sit deep. It's Norwich's kryptonite, always has been. 5 minutes till kick-off.
Speaking of Carrow Road, they got an absolute beautiful light show. So I thought, for everyone watching.
Oh, no.
It'll be the same. It's like you're in Norwich. Yeah.
Oh, get your light show.
Imagine the Holiday Inn here.
Oh, dearie me. Oh, no. Welcome to the MFW Watchalong, everyone. The debut one. Norwich at home to Preston. As Jack, my stream has just come up that I've got just in front of me on my telephone. So I'm going to be doing a lot of looking like this, just downward. I'm currently looking
Mine's here, so I'm going to be looking down here.
I'm looking at the mascots just getting ready to walk onto the pitch. They've just shot to the fans in Carrow Road. Oh, it's a glorious sight. Yellow and green everywhere in NR1. It's fantastic to see. About 4 minutes till kickoff. Norwich against Preston. Let us know any of your score predictions here on the MFW Watchalong in the comments as the teams are coming out, led by the referee in all black. The Norwich players, Shane Duffy will be the man leading them out as captain. So Duffy is given the armband. As let's just run you through that Norwich team one more time. Gunn in goal, Fisher Mahovo fullbacks, Duffy the captain, Doyle centre half. Kenny McLean withdraws from the squad. So Jacob Wright makes his Norwich City starting debut. He comes into the team along with Anis Slimani and Oscar Sfartau in midfield. Dobbin, Sainz, either side of Sargent. On the bench, Long, Stacey, Cresceni, McConville, Cordoba, Nunez, Jurasek, and Ante Siernat. But here we go. Players are shaking hands at Carrow Road as the lineup just flashes on to my screen and just looking at it. So Kenny McLean, well, he's named on the bench, but he won't be coming on if he's being withdrawn from injury. But it just looks so good to see that. Looks like, well, from what I've got the graphic of here, they're saying Sainz will be on the right of Sargent with Dobbin on the left. It could be. I think probably Dobbin's a bit less impactful on his weaker foot, maybe. So
you've got a different graphic to me. It's showing me Sainz on the left, and it's showing Sorensen on the bench.
So Sorensen's probably been called up then to the bench. Yeah. Looking at the Preston team, they've got a former Norwich boy in Ched Evans on the bench, former Ipswich boy in Will Keane on the bench as well. Paul Heckingbottom's gone for. Just looking at his starting 11, Freddie Woodman is in there in goal, former Newcastle youth keeper, a pretty decent shot stopper. As another comment here from Ali Clark, is Angus Gunn going to stay? Well, if it weren't for the game that we're now talking about, which kicks off in 2 minutes, I think we could have almost an hour and a half discussion on this very topic. There's no news of a contract extension yet. If anything, it's probably more likely Angus Gunn won't be a Norwich City player come next season. So I would imagine that over the summer window, we're going to have to do a bit of recruitment, look for a goalkeeper. But my answer to that, I don't think Gunny's going to stay. What do you reckon, Jack?
I'm not in charge of contracts. Otherwise, I would have offered O'Neill an 8-year deal. That's why they sacked me. Yeah, I tried, Ben. I tried. It was very mean. Will Gunny stay? I mean, he just needs to remember where his heart is and where his home is. Yeah. Born in the fine city, went to school in, what was it, Framingham Earl, did he? Big up Framingham Earl, anyone watching from Framingham Earl. I agree with you. I think it's probably prime time to look for a goalkeeper. I think it's we'll see. Anyway, there is a slight change in the programming.
Yeah, there's a much bigger thing. Norwich City revealed today a former youth player, Devonte Arancibia, tragically passed away. The players are wearing black armbands. He was just the age of 26 years old. There's a moment of applause at Carrow Road currently, very nicely. So we're going to join in with that here, and we'll just flash up a photo. May Devante rest in peace, and hopefully Norwich can get a result for him tonight. Lovely. Come on then. Come on! Here we go. It's game time at Carrow Road. Kickoff just seconds away here on the MFW Watchalong. Preston against Norwich City. Ali Clark, he's watching on TV with his sound down so he can listen to me and Jack. What a glorious bit of watching from him. We hope you're all the same. But then, who's ready? Preston have won the toss. They will be the ones kicking us off. Norwich are going to attack the river end in the first half. So they're kicking right to left as we see it. My stream's gone a little bit pixelated. That's never a good start when the game's not even began yet. But here we go.
Welcome to the My Football Writer Watchalong.
Yeah, here we go. We don't have the budget to afford all the big fancy things just yet.
But we are, of course, looking for a sponsor. So if you're interested in sponsoring the My Football Writer YouTube channel generally, please get in touch.
And away we go. Kickoff underway. Right, Jack. So we're not fully out of sync. Let me wait for the clock to come up. Comment from Billy Powell here. Come on, boys. Nothing like Saturday, please. I agree with that, as that ball has just been hooked into the feet of Angus Gunn in front of the Barclay and Norwich in possession. Right, Jack, I am now on 22 seconds, 23, 24.
Oh, you're a good 10 seconds behind me. And
we're probably what I'll do, I'll pause it on 30 seconds for you, mate. There you go. So I'll let you catch up to me, and one of us isn't celebrating earlier than the other if there's a goal.
Wait, hang on. I know. Wait, what are you on? I'm on 51.
Oh my God, you're 20 seconds ahead of me now. I told you, I said I'd pause on 30 seconds.
No, okay, I will pause. Then now you
Right, 42.
Welcome to the My Football Writer.
44, 45, 46, 7, 8, 9, 50, 51, 52, 53. Oh, Dobbin's got the ball. Go on, boy. Oh, he's kept it. He's been dispossessed. Oh, that's unlucky, Dobbin. We keep at it, son. Keep the pressure up. Oh, look at Preston booting the ball long. It's going to be one of them
nights. I think. Right.
Oh, God, they're in on goal. Okay, right. Ball's been played out wide. Forward they come. Kesler Hayden's on the ball. Passed in. Okay, right there. Blokes nearly ran out of play. Oh, Borja, that's Clark. Great bit of defending. Mahovo seeing the ball out. Oh, that's composure at its finest from Lucian. Oh, my word. What a pass to Borja. Oh, he's ran out of play. Never mind. Right. Okay. He's rusty. He's not played in 6 matches. We'll allow him. He's still going. No. But yeah, it seems already that it's going to be a hard one for him, because Thorup did say in his press conference, didn't he, that Borja has now been starting to deal with teams are doubling up on him at the back, fullbacks and the winger, just looking to stop him from playing. So be interesting to see if Borja's sort of, maybe he'll adapt his game for this potentially. Well, I guess we'll wait and see on that front.
I think early doors, that huge gap on the left-hand side was quite worrying. Obviously, they're probably going to play with kind of a 5 at the back.
Go on, drill it. Low cross. Yes. Oh, no, Sargent can get on the end of it. That was good. Svartal there, I'm pretty sure, in the middle of the park, just picking that up and driving forward. That was great. Oh, that's a loose pass. Or Slimani getting stuck in. Oh, it's great to have him back. Well, what a player he is, by the way. I'm so glad we purchased his loan spell properly. Such a signing.
So obviously there's lots to talk about the figure. I think what Connor said was that it was less than the £5 million that was originally reported, which if we've managed to...
almost an own goal.
You are a few seconds now ahead of me.
Okay, right. I'll pause it on 3 minutes. Tell me when you get to 3 minutes. Right, I've paused it.
Now.
All right, there we go. Right, we're back.
We will eventually sync. Don't worry.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Maybe at half time. Maybe at half time we will figure it out.
Potentially.
You don't want to be watching Real Madrid against Manchester City. You don't want to be watching. Is it Brest against PSG? Is it,
Yes.
what?
Yeah, I think that was the early kickoff anyway. I think that's over now.
That's how much I don't care. And that's how much, you should all be not only watching this masterful performance at Carrow Road as we're 3 minutes and 34 seconds in, you should be watching us and our in-depth insight that no other fan could offer.
Not at all.
Oh,
No,
I mean,
Preston...
I'm just hoping that I'm not going to have any bookmarks or any tweets at the end of it.
I hope for your sake as well. Right, 4 minutes gone at Carrow Road. If you're just joining us, Norwich City 0, Preston North End 0. No real chances of note just yet, as Borja Sciences, my God, he's like a bulldog. He won't stop running. He's pressing hard. Ball on the right wing for Preston. They've gone back to the keeper Woodman. They're playing out from the back. Oh, they're getting lucky here. That didn't look too convincing. Robin with the press. Oh, he almost brought it down gorgeously. That was good. That Norwich's pressing game, I have to say, so far, and it's looking all right. And Mahovo got the ball here, edge of our own box. Right, back to Gunn. Right, here we go. What are we doing with it? Right, knocking it around in our own box, as we like to do. Gunn, right, taking his time with it. Gunny, pass the ball. Right, there we go. Doyle. Hoofs it long. Oh, dear. Oh, we've given it away. Oh, right. Doyle slid it. Oh, he's missed it. Chance for Preston, knocked across, and it's 1-0 to Preston. 5 minutes gone at Carrow Road, and Preston have opened the scoring.
Yeah. It's my favourite everything playing out from the back. But they've tactically done it. That is that's just it's a good goal from Preston. They've it's that hopeless ball. Who was that? Doyle with the hopeless ball into midfield.
Yeah.
And Gunny, you should really be saving that, matey.
Look, Doyle, he tries to slide in, he misses. Duffy commits, and
it's right.
In all fairness, the shot is right at Gunn. I can't lie, the shot's right at him. It's from Osmajic. He hits it in. Literally, he's hit that into Gunn's left boot, and Gunn has got a touch in it, but he can't keep it out. Oh dearie me! 6 minutes gone at Carrow Road, and here in the MFW Watchalong, it's not a good debut for us. Osmajic has put the ball in the back of the net. And it's Norwich City 0, Preston North End 1. As Norwich look to counter quickly.
What was I literally just saying?
Spartal plays it forward, given away. No, and that's a foul. Yeah, that's reckless from Sciences. Ali says here, you're a minute behind, boys. Yep, we are. Yes, no, we are. We can't all be synced together in streams. So apologies, Ali. So just a message to you, Ali, maybe anyone else. Feel free to comment the score and whatever, but if we catch a quick glimpse of it, then it's sort of, well, it doesn't ruin it for the sake, but maybe we get a bit annoyed too quickly. But yeah, we are a minute behind because everyone has their own ways of watching games. As Preston are forward again here, ball crossed in from the left wing, headed away by Duffy. Neat bit of play. Right, we've played out the press. It's 1-on-1. Run, Dobbin. Just run. We fed it through. Sargent's in. Come on, Josh. Beat your man. Shoot. Edge of the box, Sargent in the penalty area, shot deflected, and it's cleared away. And Preston have played out of it. That's not a foul. Ref, give over, mate. How is that a foul? Mahovo's barely touched him.
He didn't have much support, did Joshy? He did that all himself. But very good counter. Incredible pass. I think that was Signs into Sarge.
That was pass, wasn't it?
Possibly. I'm on a tiny phone. I can't see.
Yeah, so am I, mate. I'm just on my phone. I can't see. I can barely see a thing.
But no, I think what you could see what he wanted to do. He wanted to cut inside. The defender just marked him out of the game very well. Thorup looks absolutely furious. And an early concession. What was it in the first 5 minutes? Are we still the highest scoring team at home? We possibly might have been before Cardiff, or Leeds put 7 past Cardiff.
Yeah, I think we were, but it wasn't by many.
No.
But no, I guess the benefit of conceding early is you sort of you have a lot of time to get a goal back. As my stream has frozen, that's the first time of the night for probably loads of times. So let's just see if I can get it back up. Oh dear, this is what you get on the MFW Watchalong. You get a stream which, oh dear, you get a stream of a game and it lags, and you got to load it back up. You probably end up missing a goal.
Oh, but we do. Oh, no. It was a cross in from Dobbin, but nothing really happened. A bit too deep.
Right,
Lucy boys got it.
Right, I'm back in. Right, Jack, what time are you on?
8:55, 56, 57.
Goodness me, I'm on 9 minutes 30. Right, let me pause it.
All right, I can go forward. I can go forward.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm on 9:32.
All right, okay, yeah, I'm there with you. Right, throw in, taken. Yeah. Mahova gives it away. Oh, this has been a cagey one. It's been a cagey one. It's very much been the game of which, Duffy, that is a shocking pass. Yeah. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, I think, our mate Ali, he did say it earlier in what he expected. He expected a low block from Preston. They're doing it at the moment. They're leading by 1-0.
And why would they do anything else? Why would they do anything? They are 1-up against, a team that really struggled to create chances against Derby. They've managed to get their chance. So why on earth would they want to go on and get more? I mean, they'll probably, press high and try and pick off little chances like they did there.
That's unlucky from Slimane. Saw the vision. Oh, whoa, Gunny. Hang on, mate. No, that's
don't like that. Don't like that.
No, I don't like that either. Kesler Hayden. Oh, I like that though. Good touch, you, as Norwich win back possession. Right, on the ball in their defensive third. 11 minutes gone. If you're just joining us on the MFW Watchalong. Norwich City 0, Preston North End 1. Osmajic with the goal for Preston. 5 minutes into the game at Carrow Road as Fisher's got the ball, and he's 3-on-1 here. Well, we're 3-on-3 here when we're in our own defensive third. Every Norwich centre half there, it's like Fisher, Doyle, and Duffy playing as the 3 defenders when we're in possession. Preston are man for man.
It must be a completely different change, because I presume what the plan was Kenny to kind of slot in as that kind of third sort of semi centre back, but I guess, I don't know, Jacob Wright hasn't been briefed in how to do the Kenny, so it's kind of Kellen on the overload. But lovely ball in and nothing.
Dobbin, pass it, Dobbin, pass it. No, you've passed it too late, and we've given possession away. Or crunching challenge. Oh, have we got the free kick? Yes. Oh no, offside. Preston. Science came from an offside position there, so I think that's fair enough. But no, Preston managing it well here. They've got a game plan. It was which evidently was get the first goal, sit back. They've done exactly that. 12 minutes in, leading by 1-0, and since they've got that goal, it's been a bit of frustration. They are sitting really deep in defence, but as you said, Jack, why wouldn't they? Why not? They're leading by 1-0 away from home, but here come Norwich as they've won the ball back. It's in the centre with Slimani, all black boots, played central. Sainz? No, it's wide. He's dragged it wide, but
miles
need a bit more of that. I don't mind that. Shots from the distance. Might as well.
Chances, we're popping shots away, but nothing really clear and obvious. I mean, what was the game plan from Heckingbottom? Sit deep, try and catch them whilst they're playing out from the back, and ultimately do not keep your eyes do not look away from Sargent. If you give him even one small moment in the box, he will just, he will finish, as Derby found out on Saturday.
It's a
Good
great
little
challenge.
tackle in the midfield there. No.
He looks injured. It's a great challenge, though, from the Preston man who slid in. He's stayed on the deck, but great challenge. But even looking there, I can just see there when Preston were in possession, Mahovo is darting forward from left back and pressing high up the pitch. But it's interesting because that is so soft from Preston's man there who's on the deck. All Dobbin has done is pretty much just when the Preston bloke has slid in, Dobbin's just gone over him, not touched him whatsoever. What the inside of his thigh might have grazed the head of the Preston man, and he's ended up giving Preston the free kick. But here, looking at, they've just played the goal back. Yeah, Doyle plays it forward. Fisher gets done by a touch. Doyle misses his challenge. Duffy commits. Osmajic has a tap in, but Thorup there. I think
there's obviously a question mark over whether there's a foul on Signs in the build-up. But again, I think they've left. There's too much space between Doyle and Signs that the defender behind him is always just going to nick the ball off him. Where was the rest of the midfield? You mentioned Mahovo. I think if the tactic is to shift Kellen into more central positions alongside Doyle and Duffy, that then allows Mahovo to go a little bit forward. Thordarson. I'm going to put good money on him being
Of course, there's nothing wrong with him. Of course, there's nothing wrong with him because he didn't get touched. He got a graze on the head from a bit of Dobbin's shorts, and the referee's given drop ball to Derby. Who, when we look at the stats here, Preston, sorry, not Derby, sorry. Preston have had even 40% of the ball, 2 touches in the opposition box. Norwich have had 1, so it's just been a bit of a mess of a game, really. But Preston have had the 1 shot on target, and it ended up in the back of the Norwich net. They're 1-0 up, 15.5 minutes gone, as Preston have been waved play on. Forward they come. Kesler Hayden enters the 18-yard box. Shot is well blocked by Mahovo. Preston get the throw right in front of their own fans, and twice now in the space of a couple of minutes, they've got a man down on the deck. Kesler Hayden's down, feeling his shins, and he'll be right back up in 20 seconds' time because he's going to be fine.
This has got to be a championship record, time wasting on the 15th minute.
To be fair, looking back, Doyle has clattered into him.
Oh no, it's Duffy.
Yeah. But you got to expect that. It's a defender's challenge. No, that's all it is in my eyes.
But again, if we're gonna use Tom Cleverley's favourite word, the dark arts, Preston are gonna use it, and they're gonna wind people up and they're gonna waste time, and that's gonna be absolutely fine because that's parcel of the game.
It's not foul. Don't you dare. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see, how sort of this is refereed moving forwards, because obviously that really kind of brash challenge, the Thordarson went down, but wasn't really a foul.
They've got another man down on the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, play on, Norwich. Come on, play it wide. Yes, go on. Right, Dobbin in possession. Up against the fullback, gets tackled.
Do something.
Oh, dear. No, sorry, it's Holmes. He's still feeling the effects. So it wasn't Kesler Hayden who got clattered by Duffy. It was Holmes, and he's limping now. He's taken his shin pad off, and he's jumping up on one leg. Yeah, he won't continue that. The physio's on. Holmes is going to go off here within 17.5 minutes because he got Duffy just shoulder barged him over. So, maybe that's the tactic we take. Just injure everyone. Go for it. Just injure them and don't get booked somehow.
Yeah, just clatter some challenges. Like I'm sure that's Jack Wilshere just giving them a little, just a little kick. Show them where you are. That is quite.
Right, everything looks worse in slow motion. I mean, well, here Ali does say Duffy took him out. No, he did. To be fair,
He got the ball.
Yeah. So change going to be made by Preston. Potts is the man getting ready to come on for them. So Holmes is going to go off, but it's been a poor start, Jack, for Norwich. 18 minutes gone. They're a goal down, and they've got the stretcher out.
Oh, gold. Put that on your bingo cards, everyone. Shane Duffy has injured someone to the extent that they can't walk.
Ali's not seeing, but Ali, you know what, Ali? I rate I rate his neutral perspective here and saying Duffy's wiped him out rather than be like us, say nothing wrong with it, nothing. There's completely right to play on, but no, Holmes is going to go off for Preston. They've got the stretcher out, so that's actually a nasty one.
I think that's Sam Greenwood warming up as well. So maybe he's coming on insteed. Maybe they're going to make a double change this early.
Putting his shirt on now, so I don't think Greenwood's going to come on.
Mr. Heckingbottom giving his orders. The man who took Sheffield United up and then completely embarrassed them. He was manager of Sheffield United when they lost 8-0 to Newcastle, wasn't he?
I think it was him. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was him.
He's had a very peculiar career trajectory. I mean, I remember him going to Leeds and just being absolutely diabolical and being, one of the worst Leeds managers ever, and then goes to Sheffield United and turns them into an absolutely elite Championship side. I think they came second, didn't they? They didn't win the league. I think it was Burnley won the league under Vincent Kompany.
Yes, yeah.
I'm testing my ball knowledge now. I can't do any research. We're there's not much to describe as we're just watching Dwayne Holmes cry in agony. Has he broken his leg? Maybe.
I'll be amazed if that challenge broke his leg. I'll be shocked. It was nasty, to be fair, but I don't think he broke his leg. As the stream's frozen again. Oh no, never mind. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Oh no, is it gone again for me? Is it frozen? I think it's frozen.
Shane Duffy's just looking over him like.
Yeah, exactly. I did nothing. He's probably thinking, I did nothing to you. What you on about? Get back up, son.
Yeah.
Right.
Who even is Ali Clark? I did get the ball. As we wait for Dwayne Holmes to be carried off the pitch, for everyone watching, why don't we all have a quick fire hot take for everyone? If you're fans of the podcast, which you should all be, you will know that my end of episode segment is a quick fire hot take where I ask a question, and without any elaboration, you must give an answer there on the spot. It has devolved into far more longer chats. As we're about to get underway again.
Right, I'm on 21 minutes. I'm on 21:32, so I'll pause there and I'll let you catch up.
Yeah, I'm on 32 now.
Right. What's your hot take?
My hot take: which Norwich player is impossible to hate?
What, current or all time?
All time, or current. You can give me two if you want.
I think. Fisher's just been put. Oh my god, my stream has just jumped forward. I'm now on 22:05.
Oh wow.
Right, let me pause on 22:10. Right, to answer your question, what Norwich player can't be hated? I think all time probably Jeremy Goss. Currently Marcelino Nunez.
Yeah. Nunez was the one that came to my head as a current one. I think Kellen's a lovely little boy. Anyone who's fans of the podcast will know my thoughts on how he can improve his game. I think all time, my mind just goes to Elliot Bennett.
Fair enough.
He's just a great guy. Didn't really play when we were doing really badly. He was there in prime sort of Premier League Lambert days. He even made cameos in 2014-15 under Adams and Neil. Well, Neil Adams. but yeah, no, I it's difficult to hate Elliot Bennett. But which Norwich player is impossible to hate? For anyone watching, as the game has continued and nothing has really happened, and there's a throw into Preston.
Yeah, the thing is, the dangerous heat thing here, Jack. Anytime I pause my stream to let you catch up, when I resume it, it just goes back to where it would have been if I'd never have paused it. So
Oh,
I think we're in a bit of a sticky situation here. I'm on
no.
23 minutes 48, so I think we're going to be in a bit of a dodgy one here.
Oh, you're about 10 seconds ahead of me.
It's quite a lot, in all fairness.
Let me see if I can do some jiggery pokery.
Yeah. So no, 24 minutes gone at Carrow Road. For anyone who's just joining us here on the MFW Watchalong, it's Norwich City 0, Preston North End 1. Osmajic with the goal within the first 5 minutes for Preston. They've currently got a free kick. Woodman, their goalkeeper, he's getting ready to punt this one long right up the pitch from the right wing over to the left. Fisher's dealt with it. Norwich are playing out of the back. They've given it away. Long ball pumped forward. Gunn will just pick that up in his hands, and he's distributed it quickly. And Norwich looking to again play out from the back, but Preston again chucking the bodies forward. But we've played it through, and away you go Norwich. Oh, it's a great tackle from the Preston fullback. My stream has paused once again. It's frozen, and I'm going to have to restart the stream. Right, let me do some jiggery pokery of my own to get this back up. Because
I've just got to the amazing tackle.
Oh, bloody hell. That says a lot. Completely out. Oh, dear.
Well, that's what you get on the live stream. Oh, Slimani is now on the deck in a lot of pain.
Well, I've just got my stream back up and it's frozen. Oh, there we go. Right. I'm on 25 minutes 21.
Yeah, you're a good 10 seconds out of me. That's fine.
Oh,
I can't move mine any further ahead.
Well, I can't put mine any further back. What a great debut watch along this has been. 1-0 down in 5 minutes. The streams have stopped working. And mine's frozen again. Oh, there we go. No, I'm back. Right, okay. Oh, we're not. This is my stream is going about as well as this Norwich performance. Yeah. No, it's just
I mean,
at all.
I'm sat here watching it, and I'm kind of still thinking that we're in like the sort of 8th minute, and then I look at the clock, and it's like 20, 25, 26, and I think, we haven't actually really done anything in this match so far. I haven't had a shot on target and have given the ball away. Okay,
my stream, it's being so bloody annoying. Yeah, I'm just, this is absolutely gone to pot. Oh, there we go. Right, I think, fingers crossed, we're back on it and we're all right, and we'll sit here and continue watching. But anyone who's just joining, or you've been here for a while and you forgot the score, 26 minutes 44 seconds. Well, 27 minutes effectively gone at Carrow Road. As you can see, the scoreline scroll across the bottom. It's Norwich City 0, Preston North End 1. Has been for over 20 minutes now. And Jack, Norwich just aren't building into this one, really, it seems. They're getting half chances down the wing, but Preston level to it all the time. Their low block has just been superb.
As we all thought they would. And yeah, I think it's a bit of a game of ping pong, really. Kind of the ball kind of goes forward for either team. It gets cut out, and then nothing really happens. And it's it stop start. It's not flowing brilliantly. Yeah, I think it's a far cry from the usual performances that we've had recently, and I think you don't want to point the finger early doors at a lack of Kenny. I think just kind of unlocking the door, that's Marcondes' bread and butter. So I think that's obviously a huge miss. But then, players like Schwarto have come in, Wright have obviously come in. I'll be interested to see how they kind of progress into the game, because obviously this is Wright's first start properly. Was that a corner?
No chance.
No.
Not a chance. That's a corner.
No. Callum Doyle really needs like a new haircut. I feel like his hair is always quite like this.
Well, it's trendy. He's a young boy. Oh, we've taken the free kick quick. No, never mind. Nerdness. Oh, hang on. No, that's so unlucky. Oh, Dobbin has just given pure chase on him there, and he's so unlucky to not win the ball. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Preston have just played out of the press superbly. Oh, my God. Forward they come. They got plenty of white shirts forward, and if they can overlap here, Norwich are in a spot of danger. 29 minutes gone. Norwich 0, Preston 1. As forward come Preston, the cross is blocked, put behind for a Preston throw-in. The cross comes off of Fisher. Preston have launched it backwards. They've still got the white shirts. Heavy touch, and they're still in possession. Right, they're just playing around the press. Cross lifted towards the back post. In come Preston. Oh, my word, what a chance that was. Really strong half volley, just put wide of the post. That's a let-off for Norwich, Jack. Still 1-0 down, 29 and a half minutes gone. That's a huge let-off. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm about 10 seconds ahead of Jack. That's how brilliantly this all goes. I can't pause my stream and it catch up, and Jack can't get to me, but that's a huge chance. That should be 2-0. That really should be 2-0. Unfortunately,
that's Mahovo. He's just completely lost his man at the back stick, and there's two of them there,
long
and it's shanked hugely wide. It's not close at all, but it's a really good chance, and definitely should have hit the target. Yeah, I mean, I'm no forward, but I reckon I could have scored that. Well, not on the volley. I'm better with headers, you see.
Ball is played forward. Norwich man has been wiped out, and Norwich have got themselves a free kick. Slimani stands over it, plays it backwards. Still Preston leading Norwich by 1-0 at Carrow Road as Norwich launch the ball forward right into the gloves of Freddie Woodman. As a comment from Jorge Daniel here, less of this, please, because Norwich haven't scored. Oh, I thought he said goal Norwich. He says go not. I'm so sorry. I apologise.
I thought
that said goal. I thought that said goal Norwich, and I thought, what's he on about goal Norwich? What? No, sorry, Jorge. I'm completely wrong. I apologise to you, my friend. No, go Norwich indeed. Sorry, I genuinely thought that said goal Norwich, but it didn't. But shocking pass in the centre of the park there. I believe that was Doyle who's given it away. And forward come Preston again. 31 minutes on the clock, but they've played a poor pass of their own. But I have to say, Jack, I'm quite surprised Mahovo's starting again, because I thought against Derby in the latter stages, he ended up looking a bit tired at times. With the way in which he's playing, he's sprinting forward. He's effectively playing more of the game in Preston's half than he is Norwich's when defending. So it's interesting that he's starting today.
Yeah, and I think obviously Cresceni on the bench. That kind of would be the alternative option. But like we said in the podcast, he's made a name for himself, and his performances have been decent. And I think you want to give minutes to your young players, especially in a season where it's highly likely that nothing will really come of it. We will wait and see. But if we're losing to teams like Preston at home, then those playoffs are going to be getting further and further away. And I think just looking at our record, it's quite funny. It's won 11, drawn 10, lost 10. And I thought to myself, well, it couldn't possibly be a win, because that would take the record out of skew. It's got to be a draw or a loss.
Unlucky from Sargent. But another message here from Jorge. Greetings from Peru. Let's go Norwich, an international viewer. No, very warm welcome to you indeed, Jorge. Very glad that you're listening in from Peru. That must be early hours. actually probably about midday
The other
in
way.
Peru.
The other way. It'll be middle of the day.
Oh, right, fair enough. Yeah.
I think. I don't know. Jorge, tell us what time it is. You're in Aviva Lima. You see
He
what I did?
certainly is.
You
Is
see what, that's
yeah.
niche South American capital cities knowledge for you. I'm
Well,
Caracas for it.
oh my God, we've almost been punished playing out of the back there. Goodness me.
You
33 and a half
you didn't
minutes
even like my
gone.
Venezuela pun. Anyway.
No.
Yeah. No, that was that's how slow I am.
Yeah. No, it's been a very odd game. 33 minute, well, nearly 34 now.
Yeah,
Still
and I
Norwich nil,
want to just
Preston
pick
1.
out that Duffy pass that you mentioned. It was a while ago, but again, pass from defence all the way sort of to the front three with no one in the middle. Where is the midfield? It just seems like they're kind of. It was a very aimless. Oh, there we go. Haven't got the Caracas
Smelly
for it.
Polly Parrot loves it. Absolutely loves your Caracas joke. Oh, dearie me. This is what you get on the MFW watch along. Jokes about South American capitals. Yeah. No, it's good fun. It's good fun. But what hasn't been good fun is this game so far. Norwich are a goal down, 34 and a half minutes gone. They're trying to break forward, but Preston they're chucking the men forward to the ball. They're pressing 2 men at a time when Norwich are passing it around. They're sitting so deep. Sargent and effectively all of the front three have got a man or two on them. They're man for man when Norwich have the ball, and they're pretty much man for man when Norwich don't have the ball either. And Norwich have been forced forward as Ali Clark here. A scoreline at half time. Watford 0, Leeds 3 elsewhere in the Championship. So at the top of the table, Leeds right back up there, leading by. They're 3-0 away from home at Watford. The pressure grows on Mr. Dark Arts Tom Cleverley.
Oh dear. But I mean, the goals that Leeds are scoring at the moment. What's the bets on that finishing? 5 or 6. We've got another comment. Come on, Norwich for the ACK.
I think he means the ACCA.
Yeah, I presume so. Mahovo's just very late challenge that. But gamble responsibly, children. But what that means is don't ever back Norwich. If you want your magic accumulators to actually pull through, that don't never back us. Again, gamble responsibly.
Oh, that's a shocking. Some of these passes that are being played just under hit. So under hit majority of the time. See there, Preston have got, how many is that? They've got 5 men in our half.
Yep.
When we've got the ball in defence, they're just, you can tell they've done their homework. They're sitting deep when we get forward. They pile them forward when we're at the back. 36 and a half minutes gone on in this game at Carrow Road. An hour nearly gone on the MFW watch-along. Norwich 1-0 down. Sainz almost got it through to Sargent, but cut out by the Preston defence. It's dropped for Slimani, 30 yards from goal. He's been tackled, and it's dropped for Preston just to clear the ball. There's another comment from young Thakuri. He's gone with the Stuart Webber approach, believes Norwich are in the top 26 teams in England. He believes anyway. So Norwich, they're in the top end of teams in the Championship and currently in the Premier League as well. Message from Pete here, obviously a Tottenham fan, as you can see from that. Just 2 boring second-tier clubs on a Tuesday going nowhere. Massive tip, turn off the game, put on some decent level stuff. Better games on tonight than second-tier pit-pat. Well, we're Norwich fans. So we're doing if you've read the title, my friend, you'll know what this video is. That's all I'm going to say. So there's no point in even bothering to say it. We're doing a Norwich watch-along who are in the second tier and, of course, are playing another second-tier club. I don't know if you know what that is outside the top 6, but
Pete, the fact that you've been, driven to watching us, I get it that your beloved Tottenham haven't
saying it's not even a game. Oh, well, you're here. You're entertaining us. So, no, I'm glad that you felt the need to come on here and watch us and put your insights in. So, no, I'm very obviously your other decent level stuff clearly isn't doing all right if you've had to turn it off and come here and watch us talk about so-called second tier pit pat. No, that's all we have to say. All we have to say. But anyway, 38 and a half minutes gone. Norwich are a goal down at home to Preston North End. Have been since the 5th minute. Osmazic with the goal. As forward they come, playing some really good pit pat here are Preston as it's hooked out wide. Preston looking to try and whip a ball into the box. They're on the left wing. In comes a deep cross, dealt with by the head of Duffy. Norwich having to play out. Oh, here we go. Played through Dobbin, one-on-one, or Sargent rather. Don't know why I thought that was Dobbin. Oh, that's great defending. Really good defending. No, that's how you defend one-on-one there. Just got in front of Sargent, tackled him and won the ball back.
Yeah.
No, that was very good defending actually, because you can see what Sargent was trying to do.
Any young defenders watching, that's just, keep your eye on the player, follow him, try and get a nick on the ball. And that was, essentially, make sure he doesn't cut inside or create a chance. But that is, that's pretty much picture book.
Oh, Woodman, you're a lucky boy. Sargent put the press on him. He's booted the ball out of play for a throw-in. Or final 5 minutes of the half. Can Norwich sneak a goal, get into the break level, goal down at home to Preston? Jorge, he reckons Norwich are going to come back and win this 3-1. He's watching in from Peru. Let us know all of the locations you're watching us from on the MFW Watchalong. As Ali Clark, he says Norwich need half time. And a message here, Cryptid Dino, it's been ages. Haven't seen him since Norwich beat Hull in about October. He says, hello, welcome back, my friend. It's been so long. Really good to have you back with us. As forward come Norwich, Sainz, edge of the box, played through Sargent, Sainz takes over, Sainz in the 18-yard box, laid off Slimani, shoot! No, Woodman saved it. Oh, good play, Norwich. Really, really good play. It ends up being saved. Message here from our mate, Cryptid Dino. Have we been playing good? That was the best bit of play Norwich have conjured up, and it ended up in a sort of tame effort into the gloves of Woodman. 41 minutes gone, Norwich 0, Preston North End 1. As Joe, who watches all of our videos, he comments on all of them. He says hello to myself. Hello to you, Joe. Really good that you're back with us tonight. As Preston have played forward, they've dropped the ball on the edge of the box, and it ends up being awarded for a free kick.
I mean, that chance there, how many Preston players were then in the box? It was probably 8 or 9. And you talk about the amount of players in our half when we're playing out from the back. They just seem very, very, very full of energy. They're full of beans. And if you're going to play this kind of back and forth type of football, it's going to get tiring. And I think it's one of those where we've seen it many times where teams want to park the bus at Carrow Road, but we've just got to wait for our moment to find a moment. But at the moment they are outfoxing us. They look like the far more confident team, and they're the ones forcing us to ask questions of them.
No, and there's a question here. I think everyone's sort of kicking off in the comments now a little bit. Young Thakuri is talking here in relation to Pete, the Tottenham fan who's been watching in, asking why Tottenham in the top 6 because of a Beyonce concert. But he did ask us a genuine Norwich question here. What's iconic about the 15th of March? He's given us the answer, so we haven't got to answer it. So thank you for that. That was Norwich's biggest ever win. And I just quickly typed it up. We beat Coventry 10-2 that day. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever. That would be very good. It's 43 minutes on the clock. Norwich have got themselves a corner. Sainz is standing over it. They're a goal down at home to Preston North End. Sainz whips in the corner, headed on, pushed away. Duffy's gone down as he dove in for the header, and it's been ended up awarded in a goal kick there. Was Duffy perhaps no, he wasn't pushed at all. He just dove down and went for the header. Don't know why I'm saying was he pushed. No, he's just dove in for the header. He's even punched the ground there, Duffy. He's frustrated in himself and he knows he should have done better.
Miles wide. Mahove does really well to drag 2 or 3 defenders away from the front post, but again,
what are we doing? Dreadful pass. Forward come Preston. It's pulled across. Gunn does get both hands on the cross. Deary me. We're getting caught out so many times as Spartow now gives it away. Forward go Preston. Long range effort is blocked. That's twice there in seconds. Norwich have given the ball away and nearly given away a fine chance.
They are pushing. They are the ones really, forcing the errors. This is honestly, it's a fantastic defensive performance from Preston, and it is really it's so far it's confident, it's dominant, and what is it? One proper shot on target from Slimani, and that's kind of all we have to show for it. We'll obviously do lots of talking about it, analysis at half time, but I think.
Oh my God! Has Gunn just ran the ball out of play there? No, he hasn't. That looked like he touched it off. Cryptid Dino, he says, "I'll be back." He's like the Terminator. So we look forward to seeing him back in a second. 7 minutes of added time due to that injury for Dwayne Holmes earlier in the half where he was stretchered off. So 7 minutes of added time. Norwich 0, Preston 1. But Jack, if I'm being brutally honest with you here, I could see this easily being the scoreline at full time. It looks like it's going to be a really, really frustrating evening for Norwich here, unless something changes for them. But they need it to change quickly because they're playing such a deep-lying Preston defensive block here, and they're 4 on about 6 when they try and play the ball forward. It just doesn't look like anything will happen for them.
They are just marking every player. Out of the position. We're trying to mix it up, long balls into the box. And it's just easy. And if I was one of those Preston players going in at halftime, I'd be absolutely over the moon at this performance because it's just it's been dominant. Offside. Okay.
Another long ball as well. That's all Norwich have been resorted to. They can't play their neat, intricate football the way in which they want to. It's just what's going to happen. As Lauren Driscoll here says, easy Preston win. Who saw this coming? Well, don't know really, but anyone could have seen it coming for all I know. Would I have said maybe? I've potentially. I mean, before the game kicked off, I was saying to Jack how just think this could be potential to be a very frustrating one for Norwich, as again they give the ball away with a sloppy pass. So many of those, so many of those. As forward come Preston, there's a lot of room here on the right wing for Frockia. He's got it by the byline, but he's had to halt, and Preston have played it back. 2 minutes gone of the 7 added on. Norwich 0, Preston 1. It's been a really, really dross first half from Norwich, must be said. Must be said.
I mean, like I said, I've been singing Preston's praises, but I think we've also been sloppy and uninspired and really quite flat and uninspired, really. I mean, you want to get Sargent into the game. I don't think he's really had an opportunity in the box.
Oh, should be 2. Should be 2 again. Massive chance for a brace for Osmajic. Yeah. Oh, goodness me. Norwich genuinely on a different night could have been 3-0 down in this game.
Oh, Why on this watch along? Why couldn't we have started when we played Plymouth? That would have been great.
Yeah.
Although I'm now not looking forward to playing Plymouth away. They all of a
Yeah, after they
sudden
beat Liverpool, they'll
seem
fancy
to have a bit
anyone.
of hotspur about them. But he's gone from shooting straight at gun and it resulting in a goal to possibly one of the worst shots I've ever seen. And I agree that Preston have been organised. They've been really defensively good. But if they had the clinical players that Norwich had, yeah, they would be comfortably 3-0 up, and we would not have anything to say for it. Bring science on, bring on our new check midfield.
Bring on
Okay.
Eurosec for Science. It's a bold shout. To be fair, Science, I know it's his first game in 6, and obviously he won't have match sharpness and whatnot, but yeah, he's just not looked himself. But I think, again, it's because teams are doubling up on him. They've all figured out pretty much how to stop him, and the goals have dried up since teams realised how to play against him, and he's not been as effective maybe as everyone would have hoped for. It's easy to say when your top scorer comes back, arguably best player, we'll just score so many goals as Norwich might score a goal in the penalty area with Sainz. He's given it away, and it's again cleared away. Preston just so resolute defensively in this 50-minute showing in the first half, 7 minutes of added time. We've played 4.5 of them. Norwich 0, Preston 1. That's been the score since the 5th minute of this game on the MFW Watchalong. You've been with us. If you've been here since the start, you've been with us for over an hour now as Norwich are playing the ball, edge of the box, forward they come. The tackle almost drops through to Sainz, but it gets put away for a corner. As Ali says, it's men against boys at Carrow Road here.
Yeah, and I think we're showing promise at the end. We're creating a few chances. We're putting a bit of impetus in, but I think it looked generally quite slow and quite sort of hapless. I think would Kenny steady the ship? Perhaps would he, be that level head to tell everyone to shape up? I wouldn't want to be a fly on the wall in the dressing room at halftime. I think Thorup will be absolutely furious with how this has gone so far.
Oh, great work by Dobbin, left wing to keep the ball. Dobbin cuts in, right foot. I think that's just deflected wide. Another Norwich corner. Starting to build up the chances now. That was a neat short corner routine there. Great individual work from Dobbin. Did really well to win it back and get the shot away. 6 minutes of the 7 added on have gone in the first half. Norwich 0, Preston 1. Final 60 seconds of added time. Can Norwich get that goal back? Sainz stands over the corner in front of the river end. Will be delivered from the left wing. The camera pans to Duffy. Will it find him? Sainz's corner. It's just met the first Preston head, cleared away on the second ball. And Norwich will have to recycle it. Fisher's cross right at a Preston man. And it's headed right back to him. And Norwich may have the chance to get one more crossing opportunity. Fisher hooks it into the far post, finds Duffy, who's nodded it right into the surface, given away, finds Sainz left wing. Will he look to cross? He does. Again, it's right at a Preston man. 3 dreadful crosses there. Didn't go beyond the first man as the ball has been kicked in to the first man, Frockia, who's almost played a gorgeous diagonal pass. But it's dealt with by Gunn, and with that, the 7 minutes are up. And there's the half-time whistle at Carrow Road, and a very frustrating one. Very, very frustrating one. It is Norwich City 0, Preston North End 1. The goal from Osmajic within the first 5 minutes. And Jack, we now can dive into that and do a bit of analysis. But Ali here, he wants changes.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that half so far. I think it's like what I said. I think Preston have come here so far with a game plan and have executed it pretty, perfectly. And they've got Norwich right where they want them, properly frustrated, properly rattled, and it's just kind of it's been very uninspiring, and I think you got to think there's a bit of complacency in amongst these Norwich players because they're at Carrow Road. They've got Sargent back, they've got Signs back, they've got Jurasek on the bench. Those players, the other players must be kind of thinking, oh, well, it's fine, we've got them and they can do all the business and we'll be absolutely fine. Signs has barely been in the match, Sargent even less so. When they have had even sparing moments to create chances, Preston have defended expertly. They've pressed superbly, and obviously that's how they resulted in their goal early doors, and we didn't respond to it instantly. We kind of played into their hands, and just very, very frustrating. I'm sure all the fans at half time will be, banging their head against the wall. Because, you say complacency from the players, there's complacency from the fans as well. The fury of us conceding that late penalty against Derby. Okay, it was, just 2 points dropped. But now if we want to even match that scoreline, we're going to have to, find a way through this really stubborn Preston side. And the number of chances that we created in the first half doesn't indicate that we are massively dominating them, and we can massively switch it on like that. We just got to hope that, like I alluded to, this very high intensive pressing game can't last, and their legs can't handle it. We've got some great fresh legs on the bench. The likes of Cernats, the likes of Jurasek as well. I alluded to it before the stream that, an hour on the clock and we're still away from the result that we want. There's a situation where, Dobbin could come off and we could have our absolute dream front three, because it's got to happen at some point, right? We spent all that money on him. We're not going to just ignore him forever. He's been training alone, so I guess it's just kind of getting used to his teammates, match sharpness, so to speak. And what a moment it could be if he comes off the bench and completely changes the half. But something definitely needs to change.
Yeah, a comment here from Joe asks, if you were Johannes Hoff Thorup right now, what would you do? I think the only thing you can do is tell your players to just, I guess, somehow just do things differently to unpick the lock of this Preston defence. We'll have to wait and see what can happen. It's been so tough because Norwich, they don't really have a player on the pitch, maybe apart from, you could argue, maybe Nunez, who barely's been involved in the game, who can sort of do that and play a through pass and break down defences and individual.
No, Nunez is on the bench.
Of course he's on the bench. He's not starting. Why did I?
Yeah, that's how ineffective he's been. He ain't even playing, but...
All right, well, there you go. If I'm Johannes, I'd bring Nunez on to change the game. Yeah, there you go. There's your answer. Oh, shows how much I know. Will Grant's here, another contributor of the MFW channel. 2-1, keep the faith.
Willie Grant.
Yeah. Be careful. Be careful. That might get us demonetized. Be very, very careful. He says 2-1, keep the faith. USA will make football great again. We've barely touched the ball in that first half, so I'd be amazed if he does. Joe reckons he agrees. Another question here from Lauren Driscoll. Do you lot think they will equalise? Do I think Norwich will equalise? If they play in which the way they did first half, not a chance. Not a chance Norwich equalise. Just a very frustrating first half. Can't break down the low block of Preston. When they do, Preston still have enough bodies back and they're able to block shots, and they're just so defensively compact. You can't credit to them. I can't discredit this performance from Paul Heckingbottom's side. They've obviously done their homework and they've done it to a T. They've been really strong, Preston, in their pressing game. They match Norwich man for man. In defence, really strong. So do I think Norwich will equalise? I think it's going to take a lot. I hate to be that pessimistic, but I just can't really see Norwich breaking down breaking down the low block. But Lauren says here, thought it against Coventry, and Amankwa Forson ended up bagging 2 off the bench in stoppage time. But Norwich don't have him on the bench tonight. Who's going to step up and be the hero?
Yeah, well, I think it's that kind of back 3/back 5 where they can just interchange based on exactly what they want. If they want to spring a counter attack, just get the fullbacks up. But if they want to sit deep in the box like they do the moment any Norwich attackers come in, then it works wonders for them. And I think Will's got some astute analysis. An accuracy from deep areas is setting the tone. Attacking movement has been so underwhelming. Well, that's kind of what I was going to say. Is that I think very archetypal of Thorup's Norwich has been kind of a very slow build up and very kind of waiting for that perfect moment. And I say it all the time on the podcast. I just like someone just to try a shot, whack it from distance, because Osmajic tried a very weak, silly shot right at the goalkeeper and it managed to go in. You just got to try taking your chances. But I think what we have got to remember, like I alluded to in the half, we are one of the strongest scoring sides at home. When was the last time that we failed to score at home? Did we?
City, was it?
Was it Bristol City 2-0? Yeah, I mean, goals at Carrow Road, they do come, but like Freddie Woodman and Preston generally, I think I said earlier, it was 10 clean sheets so far in the Championship. So they are a decent defensive team. And I think, that's been a trend for a lot of Championship teams this season. Leeds and Burnley, especially leading the way with their kind of defensive record. But we've got a really good attacking record. So, I can see changes at halftime. I think Jurasek coming on would really be the impetus that we need. Needs to bring on a triple change. Needs a midfielder to hold on and make passes. Yeah, I said it sort of when the goal happened, that sort of Duffy's pass sort of right through the midfield into the attack. It kind of asked the question of, where is the midfield? Surely there should be just a man sat in front of him. I don't want to, bemoan my fellow namesake, but I haven't really seen Jacob Wright on the ball either. Okay, he's young. Okay, it's his first start, but that's possibly the difference. With Kenny in there instead, I'm fairly sure he would have been a bit more of a metronome and dictating the play a little bit more. But yeah, room for improvement for all of them. But yeah, just lots of lax silliness in the first half, and just a lot of forced errors, but a lot of unforced errors. And what is Thorup's style all about?
This question is questioning it as well here from Ali. I think that's sort of come up perfectly as you've just talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, we can't keep on having this debate about playing it out from the back, because sometimes it works, and when it doesn't work, it fails spectacularly. Against a team that are ready to press and that are this kind of aggressive, like Preston, it is always going to be difficult, and they know that that's how we're going to play. So that's how they're going to counter us. I mean, what would I change? I mean, what's Cryptid Dino said here? I think Jurasek and Nunez should come on. Yeah, fair. I wouldn't be surprised.
Just get the attackers on, I reckon, here. Norwich need it. We need the attackers, because this is getting a bit... It's just getting a bit dire now. I think they need the players to come on here and give them a spark, because there's nothing there. Sainz and Sargent are just being so tightly marked. They can't do anything. What better than to bring on a player no team has seen other than Mate Jurasek? get him on the pitch, see what he can do. Elsewhere, score lines here. We already know that Leeds were winning 3-0 against Watford. Tiger G alluding to Farkball looking as good as ever. Well, Leeds, it does help when he actually gets a team who have got a bit more money to spend so he can get all the players that he likes. But here, talking about Joe here, he mentions about the bench. I was thinking possibly, and never another defender. Do we have any other strikers on the bench? No, Norwich don't have, well, not a natural striker on the bench because, actually no, I guess Sienats, but he's mainly been more utilised as a right winger. But no, he's a striker. I'll correct myself. So Sienats is there. There's Jurasek, Nunez are there. Maybe defensively, if you want to change up that, there's McConville who could make the debut. There's Cordoba. Just if you want to change it up, maybe a little bit. But we need attackers, definitely. I think Nunez, Jurasek, and Sienats are the three I would definitely look to at this moment because Norwich need something different a bit going forward. They won't probably all come on at half time. I think that'd be a bit crazy. But you never know with Thorup. Maybe he just feels that way. But no, Norwich need some switches here because it's starting to, they just look lost a little bit. They're forced into long balls. It isn't working for them, and the frustration will continue to grow. And it's it's just stories of a lot of games in football. You get frustrated, maybe get one or two chances, you get close, and then you end up conceding a late sucker punch. It happens a lot. But 1-0 to Preston at half time. Let us know any more thoughts you have. Leave them in the comments. We will share them. But no, I think the only word I used to describe that half is frustration, because there's been a lot of it. It really has been a lot of it. And it's just continuing that sort of theme. Well, not really theme, but it's continuing on from the Derby match where Norwich just dropped off a bit in levels of their play, and they weren't as good as many know them to be. So just thought that they're not really, they're barely in first gear yet, let alone transitioning up them. So a long 45 ahead.
They're showing highlights of Leeds Watford in the first half. I'd love to play against that defence. Oh my word, that is a shocker to concede. The Watford defence look wide open. We
got a Blackburn fan here. We were talking, I think, we covered this, like Jack, you told us about this in the podcast last night. Can't believe John Eustace is going to Derby. Leaves Blackburn, who are sixth. He's a former Derby player. I believe Derby are paying 500 grand for that as well, due to compensation. But going from 6th to 21st, Craig W can't believe it. I don't think either of us can believe it.
No, I think it's it's on paper it's really quite silly, and I think if Derby then eventually go down and Blackburn don't even go up, or they do go up under someone else, that's you've got to look at that as one of the worst managerial changes of all time. And I think lots of question marks over what's going on in the background at Blackburn Rovers. Obviously, one of England's big elite clubs. God knows how many Premier Leagues and FA Cups they've won. But again, I was looking up ahead of kickoff with Preston. The amount of football leagues they won in the early 1900s, and look at where they are now.
Could have got Traitor Todd for 500 grand. That's an interesting take on Campbell. Right, players are back out ready to kick off the second half. One last point from our fellow man, Will Grant. Dobbin on the right feels unnatural. Game suits cutting in from the left, similarly to Sainz. Don't think it's natural to him going byline regularly. Well, you want to change that. Bring on the right winger, Jurasek. Get him on. But anyway, second half underway.
Right.
No changes. Message here from Tiger G about if Derby did get Todd Cantwell, he wouldn't have turned up to training. I I think there's something
Allegedly.
there about Cantwell here and Tiger G's reputation. Well, his thoughts on him. Second half underway. No changes from either team. Norwich 0, Preston North End 1 here on the MFW Watchalong. The game going on at Carrow Road. Can Norwich come back? Maybe get a point? Maybe steal all three? We'll wait and see. Another message from Craig, the Blackburn fan. I think the owners failed to back John Eustace last-minute signings for only 6-month contracts. Well, it's an interesting one, but I'm sorry, Craig. Unfortunately, we're going to have to focus on our team for now because their second half is underway. But thank you for joining us, Craig. Anyone who's here with us live or has tuned in at any point tonight, thank you and sharing all your comments. It's been great to hear all your thoughts. Norwich on the attack, 46 minutes on the clock. They're a goal down at Carrow Road. Fisher playing it wide. Here is Dobbin, who Will has just said should be cutting in from the left. He does that. Cross in. It's fell to Sargent, who's kicked it into his teammate Slimani. That ball's landed in my back garden, and I live in Brighton.
Oh, yeah. Oh, blimey. Craig, one final thought for you. You've got Cantwell, you got Forshaw, you got Danny Bart. You'll be fine.
Although I forgot they had Forshaw as well.
Yeah. That's one of the 6-month contracts he was talking about. I mean, Blackburn Rovers back in the Premier League. I think they're one of the clubs that we'd all like to see instead of someone like a Brentford or a Bournemouth.
Who on earth is Duffy aiming for there? That is a shocking pass. There's no one even stood on that wing.
No, he's trying to pass it back to Blackburn.
I bet Craig loves Duffy and his Blackburn shenanigans.
Yeah, all of his own goals and red cards before he then moved to Brighton. I do remember that playing out. That was very odd. And now we've got him. I remember Shane Duffy on loan at Fulham. Before. Oh, no, I think Fulham actually signed him in the end. I just remember seeing him come off the bench for Fulham, and I rubbed my eyes. I was like, "Is that Shane Duffy at Fulham?" Like the signings that you just don't remember ever happened.
Thoughts on Duffy? Yeah, you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah.
Leave that bleep up to anyone's your own imagination. As Preston have a corner here. Nah. Here we go. Oh my word, Tiger G. He reckons if Nunez and Jurasek come on, Norwich will score 3 goals. Are you mad? Or are you the cleverest man on the planet? Or
the G stands for Glenn. And Mr. Riddlesholm, can you just concentrate on the match, please? Don't just watch us.
Oh, could you imagine Glenn Riddlesholm? He sat there at Carrow Road watching us about 2 minutes behind the actual game, and he sat there. Yeah, lads, I've got the idea, boys. I know what's going to happen. I'll get Mars and Jurasek on, and I'll win it.
How about we put on a really good player and then win? It's like, wow. Well done, Glenn. Good thinking. I've got a tactical switch that he didn't make. But why don't we match Preston and go 5 at the back, and we stick Cordoba on for Jacob Wright, and then we stick Stacey on instead of Fisher, and then we have 2 in the middle, and then because I think Stacey would suit being a right wing back rather than Kellen.
Saints on the ball, gives it away, wins it back, slips over, and Potts gets the ball back for Preston, plays it back, hoofs long by Preston as they're on the attack. Another message from Craig here, Blackburn fan, but he lives in Norwich. Do you think Norwich will finish in the playoffs? And he does like to see us play in the Premier League. What, do you like watching Norwich lose every week? Is that what you're trying to say? No, I'm only joking. But no, do I think Norwich will get in the playoffs? The thing is, we're only 2 points off them, and players are coming back, and we've got a very promising squad with a manager who plays a modern football, and when it works, it's really good. But I think inconsistency will cost Norwich. At the start of the season, I predicted us to finish in 9th, and I still stick by it. I think we'll be close, but I think we'll probably miss out by maybe 4 or 5 points. I don't think we'll get top 6 yet. I think that's maybe for next season. As forward come Norwich, it's another underhit pass. How many times am I going to say that tonight for Norwich City? There's so many loose passes from them. Forward go Preston. Potts plays it in the reverse, left channel. Fisher deals with it. 50.5 minutes gone at Carrow Road. Norwich 0, Preston 1. As Svartau looks to carry the ball down the right wing, played in field. But going back to Craig's question, Jack, do you think Norwich will finish in the playoffs?
Not on this showing. Not if we keep up this performance. Not if we, keep being so sloppy. I think any Norwich fan will tell you that we're just not ready yet. The amount of youngsters that we've brought in just this season, I think the top flight would be far too overwhelming for them. I think you see the investment from that other team down the road. Again, £150 million just to lose to Southampton at home. I think those are the levels that we're talking about now in the Premier League. You can't just go out and get Steve Morrison on a free and James Vaughan. And who else did we sign that season? Richie Delart on loan from Manchester
we did.
United. Richie Delart and Carl Norton on loan from Tottenham.
Dobbin, cross, over hit. Come on. Just get it right, lads, please. Lovely hear from Jamie. Hey up, I'm new to this channel. I'm a Sheffield United fan. He just subscribed and he liked the live stream. What a top boy. Top boy, Jamie. Lovely from you. What a lovely bloke. No, I've always loved Sheffield United. I was really happy when I went there and we lost 2-0. I've always liked greasy chip buddy and gallon of magnet. So, no, I love Sheffield and Sheffield United. Yeah, 100%. But no, lovely from you, Jamie. But anyway, can you bring some luck for Norwich? They're a goal down, 52.5 minutes gone at Carrow Road. Deep cross in. That is right at a Preston head. I feel like I'm a broken record, Jack. All I've said, underhit pass, cross is blocked, shot is blocked. Just can't deal with it. Just cannot deal with it at all.
We are not really a kind of crossing team. Like it just doesn't really kind of work for us. Again,
Dobbin! Oh.
I was hoping Watford win.
Yeah, it's not going well, is it? For that sake. Cryptid Dino. He wants Nunez and Jurasek. Everyone's saying it. Let's hope Thorup can hear it.
Lads, we're not in the backroom staff. Like we cannot influence anything. If that was the case, then I would, like I said, offer Ona Hernandez an 8-year contract. But yeah, Dobbin chested it. Why not just stick your head on it, boy? Just what is it now? 54-ish on the clock. Yeah. And lovely picture of Borja Sainz looking really, really grumpy. I bet he's plotting his route away. There's loads of teams in La Liga that he could probably go to. Wasn't Athletic Bilbao linked to him?
I think. No, he just doesn't look.
Is that allowed? Is he born in the Basque Country?
I think so. I think he might have been. As my stream is completely bugging out here. No, this has gone mental. As we're talking about crosses here earlier, Ali Clark asks, when did Norwich last have someone who could cross a ball with quality? So maybe Wesley Hoolahan?
Snodgrass, Pilkington. Emmy wasn't much of a crosser, really.
No, he wasn't, was he?
No. But I mean, when was the last time we had a striker who could properly score them? Probably someone like a Grant Holt or a Cam Jam. Is Cameron Jerome the most underrated Norwich striker of all time? Put it in the comments. Agree with me, please.
Spoke about that on the podcast last night. What was it? But goalkeeper Angus Gunn for Norwich, ball in his hands, 55 on the clock. Norwich 0, Preston North End 1. That's been the scoreline now for 50 minutes of this game. Norwich went behind in the 5th minute through Oz Mazic. And here a comment from Thomas Allen. He reckons after today, Norwich will go on to have 2 good games after this. Well, let's hope so. As forward come Norwich, the ball's played out wide. The flag has stayed down. It was Svartau who was entering, but flag has now been put up after he's been tackled. There's Tiger G here. He reckons Max Aarons was good and he could whip in the ball.
Just want to go back to Thomas's comment.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that one. Does he mean then West Bromwich Albion? Do we play them soon? Or win? So. I don't know. Anyway, I think the phrase of 1 step forward, 2 steps back has basically just been the summary of this season so far. And I feel like we're very much in the 2 steps back stage. Again, I don't want to besmirch all of you optimistic fans, but there's a lot of people who looked at this run of fixtures and really thought, win, and we'll be in the playoffs. Really, this has proved it's not that simple.
Yeah, well, I said in the podcast before we started the February matches, I thought Norwich would get 7 points of the possible they could get in the month of February. You said they'd get all 15, so that's played really well. 7 points, we got 4. I'm halfway there.
Yeah, true.
Win tonight. If we combine and win tonight, I mean that'd be amazing because it's just been 57 minutes of dire footy. Elsewhere in the Champions League, Mbappe, that bloke, has just scored for Real Madrid against Manchester City, but I'm not concerned about that whatsoever. All I'm concerned about is I continue to watch this game going on. There's Tom here, he finishes off his message from earlier about Norwich going on to have 2 good games after this. We're just so inconsistent is what he meant to add to that last comment. Yeah, he's spot on. Jack, you summed it up with your 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It very much has been that. 1 at Watford, 2 following games, draw late with Derby due to a penalty, and this game has very much been a step back. Just cannot break down Preston at all. I'm looking at it now. They've got 6 men in our half just pressing us when we've got the ball, but we've played out of it nicely. And would you believe it? An underhit pass, a long ball forward, doesn't find anyone in a yellow shirt, not even near anyone in a yellow shirt. Just really becoming predictable now. As here come the changes. Nunez, Sienats, Sorensen are all warming up to come on. So clearly Thorup feels that Wright is going to come off. So a change in defensive midfield. Nunez to come on to maybe add the spark in central, and Sienats maybe to come on, could be in place of Dobbin on the right wing, keep Sargent on, maybe he takes Sargent off. So the triple change warming up, Nunez, Sorensen, Sienats. What do you make of it?
Where's Jurasek? Yeah, exactly. That was my first thought, that unless you're bringing Cernats on to replace Sargent, which I really don't want, then I don't really see the logic there. Nunez should make control the centre better for build-up. Yeah, I mean, lack of composure with our passing has definitely been, one of our downfalls. But
Sargent.
Sorry, go on.
Sargent off, Sienats on.
Okay. All right.
Going to be right for Nunez, but I'd imagine Sorensen will just play defensive midfield anyway. So it will now be Dobbin, Sainz, Sienats as the Norwich front 3. Svartau has made way in the middle of the park, so Nunez will come on for him. And Jakob Sorensen will play in the defensive midfield role as Wright has been subbed off. That is on the hour mark. Triple change for Norwich. Sienats, Nunez, Sorensen introduced, but they've no longer got Sargent on the pitch. So unless Sienats can really step up here, Norwich, they've taken off a player with 4 goals in his last 3.
Now it's 4-4 with no goal tonight. You got to also bear in mind that Sargent has been out for a very, very long injury. So this is, managing his game time.
Great first pass by Sorensen. He's put the ball out for a throw-in.
Yeah.
This comment came in good time.
We got half an hour. We got half an hour. If we're gonna even start to mount a comeback, we're gonna need to start being composed on the ball. We're gonna need to start not being silly, because right now, that's your starting point. Is just some form of composure, but. Well, it's a big moment for Cernat. It's a big opportunity for him, and I don't think he's a right winger. I don't think that's his position. I think as a kind of central striker, we've seen glimpses of brilliance from him in about 1 out of 10 matches this season, which for a £9 million forward. No offense, you're going to want a little bit more. But, if he comes, off the bench and scores a brace tonight, then we'll all be drinking whatever wine or beer they drink in Croatia. Probably having some pudding, maybe a banana split or something.
It's another bloody capital city joke. It's still Norwich 0, Preston North End 1. They've just showed Johannes Hoff Thorup just sat in his chair. He's slumped with his head in his hands. He just looks confused. Can Norwich find that equaliser? 62 minutes gone as Preston have got the ball here halfway. Nunez steals it, but he's been tackled. The referee's pulled it back for a foul. Here's some more of your comments. Lauren Driscoll says, no one's taking a shot. Well, they've just flashed up the stats, and it was 7 shots for Norwich, 6 for Preston, only 1 on target. And the message here from Tiger G, I am just baffled by the sales of Aarons, Omobama Dele, etc., etc. All the players Norwich have sold over the last few years, they just sit in squads on the bench. It's hard to disagree. Aarons ended up, he's at Valencia on loan from Bournemouth. Omobama Dele I think Forest are looking to offload him because he's barely played.
He is at Strasbourg.
Well, there you go.
With an option to buy, I think.
Yeah, barely played for Forest. I don't think he played double-digit matches.
No. But Nunez looks in a lot of pain all of a sudden, having just come on.
Ledson.
This watchalong is going from...
Yeah, no, Ledson. It's a 50-50 there. Nunez has slid it. Ledson's gone to kick the ball, completely missed and swiped at the shin of Nunez. So he's been booked. He's been given a yellow card for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, his shin pad's fallen off. Bloody hell.
As Norwich knocking it around the back. They go long. It's played down, and they've ended up just giving possession away once again as Preston have got another free kick. Been very stop-start this game as well. Cernat's has just been given a yellow card, and he's only been on the pitch for 4 minutes. He's left it. To be fair, he's barged in from behind. In all fairness, he's left it in on Ryan Porteous, which
on loan from Watford, he'd much rather be in defence here tonight. Over an hour gone, and that's silly. Auntie, what are you doing, boy? Hey, it could flip on a coin. We could completely, nick a chance, create some magic, and they could completely fall like a deck of cards. But like it was alluded to earlier with the Coventry game, we had to wait late for some magic there. So maybe this is another magic late show. Who knows?
Here, message from Smelly Polly Parrot reckons not having Marcondes is huge. Control and confidence on the ball is sublime. Yeah, I completely agree. We spoke about it earlier. Well, Jack, you covered it, of Norwich without Marcondes. They've not got that player that can unlock any opposition defence. And clearly that is what's happening for them, because they cannot play through this deep block. They're trying to, but every time he gets cut out, there's not a player who just carries the ball and can play it through for them. Yeah,
it's never easy, is it? It's always fun. You got to dance through the rain in order to enjoy the rainbow and all that. Well, we could just go and support Real Madrid. And then
we could do. Yeah, no, we certainly could. Less of this, please, Winesh, because it was never 1-1, and you know it. So don't even bother putting the comment, because we're already far behind on the stream, and within about a minute of that being put, I know it's not on. But Ali Clark here, he's gone retro. Bring on Ted McDougall. 51 goals for Norwich in 112 games. I'd be very surprised if Ted McDougall ended up coming on. And my God, even imagine if he scored. That'd be even more mental.
Yeah. That's good games to goal ratio, though. Good old.
It's won nearly every other game.
What minute are you on, Frederick?
I'm on 66.50.
Okay, so you're only 10 seconds ahead of me.
Still 1-0 to Preston, though. This is the annoying thing. Norwich cannot break through this low block. We're halfway through the second half now, and the game has not changed whatsoever since minute 5. Still 1-0 to Preston, and Norwich give the ball away in their own half. But Preston have halted in possession. Norwich got the bodies back well there, but just Preston are making them do all the running. Preston are they're just knocking it about, happy to maintain possession. They're inviting pressure on. Norwich are dragging players out of position, and they're just playing it through into those gaps. But no, it's just been the same story the whole game. Norwich have been in just really, really a poor showing here, as Sorensen tries to cut out the Woodman pass, and really heavy touch gives it away. But luckily for Norwich, Frocky's diagonal one goes right out of play. But it's been very frustrating, this really annoying performance from Norwich. Just never come alive. Not come alive whatsoever.
Very, very lackluster. And we just look second to every ball. We look tired. Preston look up for it, right? They are first to every ball. They are 3 steps ahead of us. And yeah, we've made 3 changes, and it's actively made it feel worse. And yeah, they were, like I pointed out, they were time wasting from minute 15, and this is it's more likely to finish 2-0 than it is to finish 1-1 or 2-1 to Norwich. But what's Tiger G saying?
Wrestling finishes, entertainment. Do a couple of choke slams and frog splashes off the top rope. Maybe just give us something to smile about for this really just dross performance here. It's another really bad pass. Such a poor pass. Underhit completely. Cheaply giving possession away. Norwich have been really poor tonight. They haven't woken up yet. They genuinely haven't woken up. We're 70 minutes into the game. Norwich still haven't got out of first gear. They're struggling. If anything, you think Preston were the team chasing playoffs and Norwich were the lower mid-table one. I can't believe how resolute and just the game plan and homework Preston have done here. They're playing it to a T. They've been by far the better side throughout the game. Norwich have been second best in a lot of things. Here they come. Low shots just wide of the post. That should be 2-0. Kesler Hayden entered in completely unnoticed at the far post, drilled the shot low. Gunn wasn't getting to it. It just flashes wide. That's a massive let-off for Norwich. That one is inches wide of the post. 70 minutes, still 1-0 to Preston. That really should be 2-0, and that should have been the game over there.
Yeah, that's a finish from a right back. That is, he's right back, isn't he, or left back?
He is. He's a right back. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, was he on? I think he was.
Go on! Make the most of the clearance. Oh, Sainz, he's got it, and he's been brought down, tackled, and it drops behind for a corner. No, it's unlucky there. Really unlucky. End-to-end stuff. Norwich have gone from nearly conceding. 40 seconds later, they've got a corner. Completely shank clearance, but Sainz just misjudges it. In the end, it's actually a fantastic recovery from, I believe that's Gibson. Yeah, it is the signing from Plymouth. He's just flown in and sliding challenged that away for a corner. It's a fantastic tackle.
Yep.
And Jurasek on.
Oh,
Jurasek is on. Norwich have taken off Slimane.
Right. Okay.
Slimane off. Mate Jurasek is on for his Norwich City debut. Will it be one to remember for him? He's got 19 minutes of regular time and added time to make the difference. He's on. Slimane off. So does that mean a front four, maybe? 4-2-4?
I'm trying to do my maths here. Slimane wasn't having a good game, but I don't think anyone in midfield was having a particularly good game. I think it was. Is that another Preston player down? Is that Porteous, number 2?
Double change coming up for Preston as well. But I think it's 4-2-4. I think Norwich maybe they're sticking Dobbin and Sienats up front. They'll play with Jurasek and Sainz wide. They'll have Sorensen and Nunez in the middle, and then have Mahovo, Fisher, Duffy, Doyle back 4. I think it has to be 4-2-4.
Unless it's some sort of weird 4-4-1-1 where Jurasek is like a number 10 in behind Cernats, who's the forward. We'll wait to see. But all of a sudden, us kind of bemoaning how terrible this match has been, all of a sudden it's getting a bit of impetus that we needed. Obviously, Preston taking their sweet time with these substitutions. Lindsay and Greenwood, no, not that one, on. I'm
sure he has gone off, as has Ledson.
Yeah. Again, they're going to make the most of just kind of dragging it out for as long as possible. They've got the game exactly where they want it. And again, you look at this from a Preston perspective, it's exactly what they would want, and it's it could go down as possibly one of their best performances this season. But haven't been following them extensively. But yeah,
Duffy back post header just got it into the ground. He wants a corner. He's not going to get one because it's not come off a Preston player. Or has it? No, it never did. No, he's headed it into the surface. It's bounced over the goal. No, that was never going to be a corner. He was asking a lot there with Duffy.
No, but I mean, it's right into the ground and wide. I don't really know what he was trying there. I guess now we'll sort of see what's happening. I mean, Sorensen is level with Duffy and Doyle, so you kind of is it like a 5-2-3?
I don't know. It could be.
And then who's the other? I don't know. Honestly, Johannes, if this weird magical formation that you've created results in us getting 2 goals in the last 15 minutes, I'm all here for it. All we need is one chance, right? And we need to just...
Yeah, but can we get the one chance? Because we aren't creating them. This is the problem.
Yeah. No, it's just really annoying. I feel like... not this happens every season, but we've seen this script.
Science deflected out for a corner. No, it's again good. It's promising. That was neat play between, believe that was him and Sorensen there. That was really nice. But I think, Science looked to shoot rather than cut it across. It's a good sliding block.
By Lindsay, who's just come on, fresh legs. Of course, they want a defender with fresh legs. I mean, what was he going to do in that situation other than, try and ping it across or, have a shot at goal?
Corner flicked on right into a white shirt. It's just same stuff all game. That's not a... Oh, give over, ref! How have you ever given that as a foul? Seriously? What? He's not even touched Kesler Hayden there. How have you ever given that as a foul? Deary
Dark
me.
arts, mate. Dark arts.
Deary me, man. So poor in all departments in a Norwich concern here. Yeah, I agree with my mate here. Ref needs to go to Specsavers, 100%. No idea how he's given that. 14 minutes left to go of regular time. Norwich 0, Preston 1. Norwich have been behind for 75 minutes, or 71 minutes, rather. It's been a dreadful. Well, I guess dreadful is maybe too harsh. Just poor, really poor and frustrating. They've just been acted perfectly. Preston have done their homework, as we've said, and they know exactly what they're doing. Norwich completely don't know what to do. On the other hand, they're the complete contradiction. They don't know they simply have no idea of how to break down this block. They are playing neat passing at times, like they have done just there. But on the final pass, Nunez completely overhits it. Fisher's now playing as a right winger almost. And Norwich are chucking the bodies forward. They're starting to get those few little intricate, neat 1-2s and passing play. But they need it. They need it to lead to something, because it's 1-0 to Preston, 77 minutes on the clock, as Ali Clark goes back to Ted McDougall. He scored 9 goals for Bournemouth in an FA Cup match, and he was his favourite Norwich striker. So there you have it. Ted McDougall. Believe he also played for Manchester United. So ended up playing for one of the biggest clubs in England. How Norwich could use with someone like that right
United. Of course. For all of you, if any of you who've been here from the very beginning, we'd obviously like to thank you for tuning in to this fantastic live stream. We are still very much live and watching this. If you're new, obviously press that magical red button. Find out all the other fantastic content that we make. We make podcasts and we make big questions and we have spotlights sometimes. And Freddie, whilst I was doing this plug, has got an
If I see one more overhit pass, if I see one more overhit or underhit pass, I don't understand. So many of them. You train all week about being a passing team and intricate play, and then you can't do it. You can't even kick. You can't find a teammate other side of the pitch. Happened all game. So many sloppy passes.
A lot of full-time scores coming in. It finished Watford 0, Leeds 4. Derby getting another point. A 0-0, I think I said, against Oxford. Pompey beating Cardiff. It's a decent result for them, right down the bottom. But right now, I don't really care about the bottom. I care about near the top. It's just another free kick to Preston, and it's Lord,
Norwich have got 11 minutes to find something here, and it's Jose Cordoba they're getting ready to bring on.
I want to put this hat back on. I want to put the hat back on, but I don't want to. Maybe it's a good luck charm. You know what?
Woodman's just been booked for time wasting.
Well, yeah, there we go. Yeah. They've been doing it since minute 15. Don't shake your head, Frederick. You know what you've done. And there's 2 Fredericks.
Yeah.
I remember him playing actually in the Premier League for Newcastle. And I thought he was actually going to go on to be their number 1. But
comments here from... Sorry to interrupt, Jack. Comments here from Matthias Silva as Derby are in. Potts pulls it across. It's a scorpion kick clearance behind
Preston, not
Duffy.
Derby.
Sorry, I keep saying. I don't know why I keep saying it. Sorry.
Preston North End.
But comments from here from Matthias Silva. I'm really sorry, but I don't speak either Spanish or Portuguese.
Translatio.
I have no idea. I'm really sorry. I've got no idea what.
Whatever you're saying, I agree. Unless I don't. No, I'm not going to commit to that.
No, I have no idea. The only thing I can sort of guess is this here, and it being precisely one goal. So yeah, that's what Norwich need at the moment. That's also how many they trail by with 9 minutes to go. They've trailed since the 5th minute. Just been such a dross showing from them. Can't break down the low block, which has been the challenge for them since minute 1, really. They've not created all that much. They've only had one shot on target the whole game, as the corner is headed on by Ledson. That's been put wide. Norwich have got a goal kick. But
you look at how Norwich have set up in previous games, and they're really, really. That was a good chance for Preston, to be honest. They create lots of goals. They limit opposition to, scoring chances. They haven't really dominated possession at all tonight. It's it's been very, very out of character. It's been very, very. It's not been a usual. Okay, Mahovo coming off for Cordoba.
Yeah,
I've lost all sense of what of what's going. I've just realised on the Sky graphics they can't even afford to have a Panama flag.
Oh dear. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't have one ready. Barely anyone from Panama ends up playing in the championship.
Yeah, I mean, is he the first? I mean, he must be. He would be the first in the Premier League, I think.
Would he? I don't know. Maybe he would be.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. Is Panama that big on their football? Well, they were in the World Cup.
Yeah. Well, they've only ever been in it once.
Yeah. I don't think Cordoba was playing. He was probably a small child back then.
Yeah, 2018. He would have been very, very young.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, I'm yawning because I'm just. Yeah, this is. Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? So again, I'm just hoping for something late. I think a lot of the fans in Carrow Road tonight, they're probably thinking the same thing. They're probably thinking, there is quality there in the team, very clearly. It's just not been fully found out.
I disagree. There's more and more empty seats around Carrow Road wherever I look. I think they're getting ready to get their trains home. As the forward come Norwich with Eurosec, the debutant, outside the boot cross. And despite the fact there's 6 yellow shirts in the box, it doesn't find a single one of them. That just sums up Norwich's afternoon. They get there, they huff and puff, but they cannot blow the door down. As forward they come, again, they're on the other wing. Duffy's playing up there as a winger almost, as he's knocked it out wide. Deep cross into the far post, headed away by Preston once again. And they've managed somehow again. They just get to the first ball and they play it out. Potts gets there first. It's played behind. Matthias Silva is massively confused. So am I, because I don't understand, unfortunately, what that means. All this, unfortunately. So I can't give an answer. I'm afraid. So sorry, Matthias, but I simply cannot answer your question. As Ali Clark says here, the cross from Eurosec was a quality one. It was good, nice outside the boot. It doesn't matter if no one can get on the end of it, though. They're not. If no one attacks it,
it's a good position, and he created the space for himself. And maybe if Sargent was on the pitch, he would have got his little ginger curls on it. But he's on the bench, and again, very, very injured, very, very, coming back. But I mean, how many minutes are we going to have added on at the end of this half? Probably not that many. We're now into
3, maybe.
Yeah, last chance saloon territory, and we look pretty disinterested.
5 minutes to go. Norwich 0. Preston North End 1. That's been the scoreline for 80 minutes. It's just
our darling friend Henry Miller said that if we were to win, we should sing "Smooth Operator." Unfortunately, Henry, you ain't getting a song.
No, I do. If we won this from here, I do way more than sing "Smooth Operator." I would do. I don't know what I'd do if we ended up winning this game. Now, I'd probably end up getting us taken off YouTube with some of the things.
Well, it's been a good run.
Deep. He's found Nunez. Jurasek on the ball. 85.5 minutes gone. Norwich 0, Preston 1. Jurasek darts into a central position. He's completely halted. Reverse pass to Sainz. Cross from the far post. Header is over the bar. But there's a push in the back on Kesler Hayden regardless. But, oh no, sorry. I think, it is a goal kick. Just every Preston player has ran across to Kesler Hayden, patted him on the back there for winning a free kick. Yeah, Dobbins ran in and, Kesler Hayden has headed it behind. Sorry, he was the one who got his head on it, but Dobbin put both hands in the back and the referee ended up giving the foul. Thorup can't believe it. He's shaking his head and he's got his arms folded because he felt his side should have had a corner there, but foul given away by Dobbin. And again, Woodman will take all the time he wants to restart the play. And then make a sub as well. I believe that's the former Norwich boy, Ched Evans, is going to come onto the pitch at Carrow Road in a second. 3.5 minutes to go. Norwich 0, Preston 1. And there's more empty seats around Carrow Road. People are getting up and leaving, but forward come Norwich. Jurasek's got there ahead of the defender, but Preston got so many men in the box. Jurasek's cross, headed away, drops for Sainz in the penalty area. Sainz shifts it, puts it wide. But it's been deflected out. Norwich corner as he riles up his teammates. That was unlucky there for Sainz. Really neat touch. Shifted away from the man. Got the shot, but that's actually come back off of the post that holds up the goal frame. I think that's come off the knee of Kesler Hayden, which just took it wide of the post. That maybe just could have curled in if Kesler Hayden wasn't there.
Yeah, it was close.
As here comes the change. The goal scorer, Osmajic, is taken off. Evans is going to come on. 87.5 minutes gone. That will add a bit more added time at Carrow Road. Norwich need as much time as they can get if they want to get an equaliser here. They're a goal down. Feels like one of those evenings rather, where they could play for 90-odd minutes after this and still not score a goal.
No, it's... You're going to need some... a Manqua Forsen style magic now, but
dreadful corner, by the way. That is right at the first man. Shocking from Nunez. Embarrassing corner, right at the first man.
Should a professional footballer who's taking corners be able to beat the first man? Please give me your answers on a postcard in the comments. If you don't laugh, if you don't cry, you'll laugh, or whichever way it is. I mean, these Preston fans, I don't know however many there are, but on a Tuesday night, all the way down to Norwich to see this performance from them, they must be over the moon.
I would be. I certainly would be. Perfect away performance. Get an early goal, frustrate the opposition, cause them to do absolutely nothing with it. Yeah. So, it's been perfect. As the referee stopped play, he's going to give a booking out. Sainz caught a slap in the face there. Hughes has been given a yellow card. He's just poked Sainz in the face and he's been given a yellow card. He just halted him there, just put his hand literally like that on his chin and just Sainz goes down. So yellow card. Last minute of the 90. Can Norwich conjure something up? They need to sooner rather than later. They're not going to do it if Marcelino Nunez is controlling the ball like that. Cordoba slams in and it's a foul. Forward comes about 4 minutes of added time and rinse and repeat, I feel. This has been... it's been so poor. Really poor.
We'll have to do a watch along against a team that we think will win against. This is how you win a championship match. It's exactly like you pointed out. This is how you do it. This is textbook. And we've been done by Preston. I think we were unbeaten in our last 4 matches against them. So that little sort of
5 minutes of added time at Carrow Road. Norwich 0, Preston 1. Preston have taken the ball right to the corner flag, but they've given it away. And I can, even though my stream is muted, I can probably hear the Norwich fans just screaming, "Come on!" at their team. One long ball. It finds Sainz, who's been barged over. Referee doesn't give anything. Sainz just stays on the deck, puts his arms up, and the frustration continues to grow here. That's just all it's been for Norwich this evening, pure frustration, and there's nothing more really to say about it. They have just been just sort of tactically outdone. Really, they've been Preston. As we've said many a time, they've figured out the Norwich's game plan. They got an early goal and they gunned for it, and they've ended up just happy to sit deep, and they've countered everything. Norwich just cannot do anything. All the second balls drop to white shirts, and there's so many unlucky moments for Norwich. They've had a few nice bits of play, which just have been ended up crowded out by so many white shirts as they look to try and make something happen. Jurasek, low cross, put behind. Is that a corner or a throw-in? I think it's a throw-in right on the corner quadrant. Or is it a corner? No, it's a corner because everyone's bombing forward. So 3 minutes left of added time. I think Norwich will have to settle for a point at best here. That's how it is. If they want a point, they've got to score now. Nunez standing on the corner. The yellow shirts are forward, but I just don't think a goal's coming. Whipped in near post, flicked on, headed away. It will drop for another corner. And a comment from Ali, he agrees with the assessment of the game. I think that is just it, though. Just tactically matched. And Preston with the perfect away performance. They've done exactly what they needed to do. As the corner is whipped into the centre. Again, it finds a Preston North End player's head. Just cannot drop for anyone. Nunez's cross flicked on, pinball stuff in the area. Preston free kick for a shove. And they're just going to run the clock down. 2.5 left of added time. I think that's it. I think that's it for me. I think the scoreline was settled 5 minutes into the game.
I was really looking forward to this match at all. Yeah. I'm definitely taking the screenshot of me promoting this live stream and putting it on my own Twitter. You want an assessment of this match? Yeah, painful. That'll be it. Again, I take no joy in this. Obviously, there's going to be people with outlandish takes before the match, and I'm going to, find them, and I will post them. But apart from me actually having things to put on Twitter /X/whatever, I'm pretty, yeah. This is just one of the worst performances this season.
It's 100%, 100%.
It's just been so off the boil. It's
my gosh, Shane Duffy's playing at striker.
Yeah, well,
that's a foul. Ref, he's clattered him. Are you kidding me? Oh, but you'll give that. Oh my god. Oh my god. How are they so bad? Every level of football.
Unfortunately, we've been any Watford fans watching, which you're probably not because you're probably bemoaning losing to Leeds. Oh lordy lord, what is this? I mean,
he's kicked Sainz in the shin.
Mm-hmm.
He's kicked him in the shin, and the referee's not given. And he's booked Sainz. He's booked Sainz for complaining. What a return he's had in a yellow and green shirt. We're into the final 15 seconds of added time. It's going to end 1-0. I think we very much sort of succumbed to that about an hour into this match. Nothing worked for Norwich tonight. Really, nothing worked. There was moments where they looked like they could create something but never did in the end. Preston have won a throw-in. Norwich players can't believe it's a throw-in. Everyone in the River End has pretty much got up out of their seat and left. They know what's coming. They're waiting for that full-time whistle. Preston take the throw. They go over to the corner quadrant. Norwich have got the ball back. It's hoof long. There's the full-time whistle. Norwich have lost at Carrow Road for just the third time this season. And the Preston management the coaching staff, the players, they're all just full of joy, screaming at each other, and they've gone right over to the fans. They'll clap them so many high fives and hugs from the Preston players. The Norwich fans are all getting up and going. Nunez has gone over to have a word with the ref here, and Cordoba's done it as well. They're all having a bit of a word with him. Nunez looks furious here as he's gone over, but at full time, just frustration, the word to sum it all up. There's no other word for it. Norwich tactically outclassed, really. They couldn't break through a deep lying back four of Preston, and they were unable to break the lock. They didn't look like any player could break it down the door and unpick the lock of that Preston midfield and defensive block. Norwich have lost by a goal to 0 at home, and it's fair. They went behind early, and they did nothing about it. Just couldn't break through them whatsoever.
Yep. I think you said it, that if we'd have been playing for an extra hour, it probably would have finished 2-0 to Preston. Such as, we just got to be one of the worst performances of the season. Just how miles off we were from creating anything. I mean, you've got to look at who'd be your man of the match pick out of that.
You can't give one. You genuinely can't really give one.
I think that was a solid 4 out of 10 for pretty much everyone. There wasn't really a semblance of the Thorup style. There wasn't any strong, impetus and kind of, chances created. We talk about Norwich at home being so fantastically prolific and cutting through teams. And again, you look at the kind of two the two last results. If people were a bit miffed at conceding a late minute goal against Derby, they're going to be absolutely fuming with this. And I think if anyone's still watching, you can go away and you can call Henry Miller on Canary Call and voice your frustrations. He'll hear you. But you have to give credit to Preston. If Norwich was 3 or 4 out of 10s, pretty much every player was an 8 or a 9 or even a 10 for Preston. And exactly like you said, they have outfoxed us. That is how you win a championship match. Carrow Road is emptied quicker than I've seen it in many a time, and I think it's I think it's should have just sent out the M21s and the rest of the main team. We're just getting to this point where are we annoyed at where we are in the season as a whole? Is the project working, etc., etc.? These quite big questions are going to be asked. We all said it before the season. You said it at the start of the match that you would expect Norwich to finish outside of the playoffs, and if we perform like this, then we will. I'll turn off my stream now because I can't bear to watch any more of it. Baffling because you show promise against Swansea. You scythe Swansea open. You know, go away and measured performance. You have Signs back. You have Jurasek now. You have Nunez back, and it's gone backwards. We've gotten worse. Maybe, you know, we should get back to playing Cernats at right wing and playing, you know, some of the under-21s in the midfield. We had two big opportunities to get 6 points to propel us into the playoffs, and it's 5 dropped. And there are teams in and around us that will have games in hand that will surpass us. But again, to allude to what I spoke about in the last podcast, maybe it's not time to panic just yet. But you can't help but feel that was just dreadful. And I'm really sorry for anyone who tuned into our first ever watch along and found it to be really disappointing. I wanted to celebrate at least a goal. So we will have to do another one in the future, if you all enjoyed it, obviously.
Yeah, no, we hope you all have enjoyed it. But we may do it again. We'll have to wait and see. But it's hard to get the motivation after a performance like that. Just, yeah, as I've said a few times, and I'll just say it again because it's ultimately what happened. Concede early when the opposition go for it because they had to, because every team away from home wants to win. They did just that 5 minutes in. Osmajic scored after Preston capitalised from a defensive error by Norwich, and they set up shop. They were happy to sit back, put everyone back, waste time, and it worked perfectly. Defensively, really compact and resolute as a unit. Norwich couldn't break them down, and their first game without Marcondes, a player who can do that, Norwich just proved that they need that spark. They haven't really got it, and ultimately they paid the price. Even with Saints back, barely made a difference. Sargent was marked out of the game. Just nothing went right for Norwich anywhere, all over the pitch. They've lost by a 1-0 against Preston North End at home. Tiger G here. He says, "Night, lads. Freddie, say hi to Streaks the Long Ting." No, I genuinely, I've got no idea what he means. No, unfortunately, I haven't
Night,
got.
Tiger.
Hello, Tiger, mate. Well, whatever. I've got no idea what he means. I'm afraid I have no idea who Streaks is or anything like that. Unfortunately, so I'm of no use. As final comment of the night from Joe K. Very upsetting game. Yes, it was. It certainly was. But we hope you didn't find the watch along upsetting. We hopefully will do one again for you. But when it's all said and done for tonight on the MFW watch along, ended Norwich City 0, Preston North End 1. And if Norwich are going to continue playing like that for the meantime, we can kiss any dream of some potential great end to the season a very, very big goodbye.